Hi, everybody. Stop explaining yourself to people who are so committed to misunderstanding you. My name is Loveline Bassi. One of the things that I find is people tend to be committed to a misunderstanding of you, especially if it will take them out of their comfort zone. If it will take them out of that sense of security they have in that principle, that idea, that space, then they get into the zone of no matter what you say about that situation or whatever it is, they don't want to understand it. They will come up with alternative facts, they will come up with alternative scenarios, they will come up with alternative explanations, they will come up with everything else except listening to you and understanding what you are saying. They will even go to the extent of saying, well, I know people. I know how people think. I dare say there are some people who will say, I think 10 steps ahead. And you're wondering 10 steps ahead? First of all, you're not a robot. But I'm talking about here right now. Why are you so committed to misunderstanding what I'm saying to you right now and focusing on something that you have come up with that's an alternative fact? And maybe, yes, maybe sometimes someone can project what a possible scenario of the outcome might be. But here is the thing. Nobody can tell the future. That outcome may not even come to pass if things are dealt with now. I'm saying this a lot, and I'm saying this mainly from a business perspective because I deal with a lot of salespeople. And I find that people make a lot of wrong assumptions about one another. Sometimes, yes, it's because they've had a past experience with somebody else, not even with that person. But now they have transferred and translated that experience they had with someone else onto everybody else. And you have this person in front of you saying to you, I want to do this way. But here's what you're saying. This is how it used to be done. This is how we used to do it in the past. So because of that, I want to do it this way. But that person is giving you a new way, a new idea of doing things. And because of that, you get stagnant. So whether it's in business, whether it's personal, whichever way it is, if you have somebody in your life or in your circle or in your business who is so committed to misunderstanding you, first of all, you need to stop explaining yourself. At some point, you need to decide that this is draining your energy. Stop. You know why? They are not going to understand what you're saying. They have determined that they know what you are going to say, how you are going to operate, although they are wrong about that. They have made a whole lot of conclusions and assumptions based on stuff they have made up in their head. So stop explaining yourself. Because until they come out of their comfort zone into your zone to fully and open-mindedly understand what your vision is, what your purpose is, what you're saying, you're wasting your time. So in business and personal, stop explaining yourself. Yes, there are people that, of course, want to understand you because they are listening to understand, not like those who listen not to understand. They are listening to understand. Please, by all means, explain to them so they understand your vision, they understand your purpose, they understand where you're going with it, so they can buy into it. But you have to have that sense of when you keep explaining the same things over and over again to a person and they are not understanding you, they are committed to misunderstanding you. Stop explaining. Set boundaries. Protect your peace. Protect your mind, because that can really play a number on your mind. As a business person, if I have somebody that I talk to about business and they are constantly misunderstanding or misinterpreting what I'm doing, then it's going to affect my output. So I have to stop talking to those people. So you see, it's not about isolating yourself or isolating people. It's really more about knowing who you talk to, who will further your purpose, your vision, your work in life, who will further your goals, your ambitions, who will support you. Now, I'm not saying someone who will support you stupidly. I'm not talking about that. There are people who will be fanning the flames and supporting you even when you are about to walk off a cliff. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who will sensibly reason with you, help you to understand the path you are taking and guide you as necessary. Sometimes you don't even need guidance, you just need someone to bounce stuff off of. But if you have somebody who is constantly committed to misunderstanding you, you are not going to succeed. So identify people in your life who are committed to misunderstanding you. Separate yourself from them, and they can still be in your life, but you don't have to talk to them about those things. You can avoid talking to them about things that will bring such misunderstanding, so you can, protect your peace. And they can, protect their peace too without having to, come up with alternative scenarios. So business, personal, whichever the case is, pay attention to people who are committed to misunderstanding you, because it generally, usually, and I find it more often than not, comes out of them refusing to leave their comfort zone. And they want to stay in that comfort, and they are using their comfort to interpret your situation because it's putting them in discomfort. Meanwhile, you have a bigger purpose, a bigger vision, and a bigger goal to accomplish. So, once again, before I close, stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you, because you know what? You lose your mind doing that. All right. Have a good one and keep shining. Bye.